Hello, welcome to Revenant Reads. I'm Vin,
I'm Ben.
and today we're just going to talk about some of the books that we bought. We were just recently on vacation in Pennsylvania. We're going to talk about the books, especially that we bought in Lancaster, a little bit in Gettysburg, the non-Civil War books. We did buy some Civil War stuff that we're going to talk about in a separate video, but I thought it'd be fun to, make a video with my son here and just talk about some of the stuff that we got. All right. So first on vacation, we went to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah.
One of the things that we did find there right near our hotel was a book outlet. So we went in there, we bought some cheap books, I think, right? I'll talk about the ones that I got first, and you can talk about yours, all right?
Okay.
I bought 2 books, both Star Trek books. This is the complete, uncensored, unauthorized oral history of Star Trek, the 50-year mission, the first 25 years. And this is essentially just what it says, an oral history of the first 25 years of the Star Trek franchise. And I also got, as a companion piece, right, the next 25 years. So together, we've got 50 years of Star Trek history. Of course, just bought these, haven't read them yet. But I did buy these in anticipation of a special booktube event that I will be announcing on Friday. So if you are a Star Trek fan, please be on the lookout for that. But these look interesting. Got them for a few bucks. Seemed like a bargain to me. So this is what I bought inside that outlet, that cheap bookstore. Ben, what did you get inside that store?
I got Teacher's Pest.
Teacher's Pest. So it says that this is Tales from Lovecraft Middle School number 3. Teacher's Pest. I know you like the way that the cover changed, right?
Yeah.
So why did you pick out this book?
Well,
Here, come closer to the camera. You're too far away.
Well, because when I was looking at the store, I was trying to find a scary kid book, and I kept finding books that I really liked, but that was too
But they were adult books, yeah. Yes. So you couldn't buy those. And then we went to the register and you saw these, right? So
Yeah.
you picked this one
Those
out.
are like the only the only horror books for kids there.
Why do you like horror books?
I like them because, well, they give me the shivers.
That can be exciting, right?
Yes, and I like thinking about it.
Have you started reading this at all yet?
Yeah,
Yeah, what do you think of it so far?
weird.
Weird?
About some, wasp or something just laying on him, sleeping on this guy's neck.
No, that's creepy. All right, yeah, and the other ones had kind of covers like this where it changed, right? Lenticular, I think that's the name for it. But you haven't finished this one yet, right?
No.
No.
I
Okay.
just read, the first, 15 or 30 pages.
Okay. After Lancaster, we went to Gettysburg. You can see the t-shirt that I'm wearing. We did buy some Civil War books. I said we'll do that in a separate video. But one of the things that we did was go to the comic shop that was there on Baltimore Street. And I ended up buying Batman Damned. This is part of the DC Black Label line, which is really more their adult line, more serious tales. I have not read this yet, but it intrigued me. This is a Batman horror graphic novel where the Joker has been killed, and Batman can't remember if he's the one that killed him. So he tries to get John Constantine to use his dark magic to try and figure it out. And of course, John Constantine also starts messing with Batman's head. But this seemed quite interesting with some pretty cool
I want to read that.
artwork. I think you might still be a little bit too young for this one, but when you're older, all right. So, Steve Donoghue and Matt over at Mayberry Book Club, they're doing a read along this month of Batman Year One. And plus, in addition to that, Steve Donoghue and Michael K. Vaughn have been making videos about comic books and comic book history and graphic novels, and it's definitely whet my appetite to start getting back into comics a little bit more. Not to go crazy, but I figured just right up my alley here. So Batman Damned. What did you buy at the comic shop?
I bought Garbage Pail Kids.
And that's the second one, right?
Yeah.
We bought the first one last year, and we read it. And every time we go to Walmart, you go looking for number 2, and they never have it, right?
Yeah.
But you finally found it in there. So why did you pick this one out?
Well, pretty gross, pretty funny. There's also Garbage Pail cards at the end of the book. It's Garbage Pail cards that you can collect.
When I was your age, I loved Garbage Pail Kids cards. Actually, I think a little bit younger than you. When I was in first grade, I had a huge collection. So yeah, we read the first one together. This one's by R.L. Stine, right?
Yeah.
What does he also write? Do you remember?
He writes Goosebumps. He mostly writes scary books.
Right, scary books for kids especially, right?
Yes.
And these ones have illustrations in there. You really like the first one that we read, right?
Yeah.
I think you liked it a little bit more than me, even though I do like Garbage Pail Kids. I wish I had a little more of a narrative story, but here we go with some of these. Have you started reading this one yet?
Yeah, like when Adam Bomb comes home and then finds Rob Slob with a hippopotamus, and he's like, "Oh no, it's a monster!" And then Slob is like, "No, it just followed me home. It's a kitty. It's like a kitty cat."
All right, so Garbage Pail Kids 2. Got a little bit of mail as well. Steve Donoghue was kind enough to send me some books, and I want to thank him on here. I knew that he was sending me this one. This is the Illustrated History of the Vikings, okay, edited by Peter Sawyer, who I do recognize that name. And this is just a great illustrated history. The visuals, images and maps. So he had asked me if I had this. I said I didn't. And I'm glad to have it now. He did also surprise me, though. He sent another book as well. Eiji Yoshikawa's Taiko. Yeah, pretty cool cover, isn't it?
Yeah, that looks like a history book or something.
Yeah, historical fiction. Here you can see the samurais on there.
I don't think I know what the samurais is yet.
No, not yet. But they're from Japan. And you do know a little bit about Japan because you do like Pokemon, right? But I had read earlier this year Eiji Yoshikawa's Musashi, his historical fiction about Miyamoto Musashi, the famous samurai. And I believe in Yoshikawa's lifetime, this was actually his more famous work. And this is kind of a reworking, I believe, of Japanese legends. So I'll definitely dive into this at some point. So again, thank you, Steve, for sending me both of these 2 books. He knows I love Vikings, and he knows I read Musashi, so thank you. And when we got home from vacation, the day after was your birthday, right?
Yeah. 3 days ago.
Right. And how old are you now?
9.
9, right? And you got 2 books for your birthday, right? Let's talk about the
Fangbone, The Birthday Party of Dread, last book, number 3. So all his comments, well, people are getting so mad that this is his last book, and he told me book 3. So they keep
they were really popular, right?
Yeah, and fans keep saying, please make more, please make more.
So this is Michael Rex, right?
Yeah. Same author as Goodnight Goon.
Yeah, and that's a fun one, right? That's a fun kids picture book.
Pretty funny.
And you had read the first 2 Fangbones, right? So what is it that you like about Fangbone?
Well, they're funny, and Fangbone doesn't know anything in their world. Like, Fangbone's like when his mom said, "We hunt for bargains." Fangbone was like, "We will kill this bargain. We'll make sure it has never been born."
Yeah, so Fangbone is kind of a barbarian kid, right? So again, I'm a big Conan fan, so I do have some Conan stuff around the house. Maybe that's one of the reasons why he ends up kind of identifying with Fangbone in this series. But it's basically kind of like a fish out of water. Fangbone is this kind of savage barbarian kid who doesn't quite understand the normal ways of modern Americans, right? But you find this series pretty funny, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right. And what was the other book that you got for as a birthday present?
I got Monsters and Creatures, I think, from you.
Mm-hmm. And that's a Dungeons and Dragons book.
Yeah.
Right? You had seen that book actually inside the comic shop in Gettysburg, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't quite get it there, but I ordered it for you really quickly. We haven't played Dungeons and Dragons, but we have played Hero Kids, which is kind of a younger kids version. And we want to get back into playing that again, right?
Yeah.
Why is it that you wanted that book? Here, let's hold it up for people so they can see it.
Well,
Yeah.
so then, well, I wanted to learn about the monsters and know what to do and what to not do. And it's good that I learned that there is a hill giant, because now I don't think I'm ever going to like them because they're really rude.
So, yeah, this is kind of a younger...
Yeah, and it tells you what to do and what to not do if you're around that monster.
A younger person's introduction into the mythology and creatures of Dungeons and Dragons.
I already have warriors and weapons.
Yeah, I got you that one a while ago, right? So now this is your second book in that. So when we do end up playing actual D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, you'll be a little more prepared, right?
Yeah.
So, Ben's Hall, right? You got Teacher's Pest, Garbage Pail Kids, Fangbone, and Monsters and Creatures, right?
Also, if you want like your kids to learn a lot of history, then you should get like Who Was books.
Yeah, we'll
There's
talk
the
about
Who
some of
Was
those, I
show.
think, in the next video, right?
Because we're going to show some of those.
I got these two from Steve Donoghue, right, once again. And the ones that I got on my trip, I got the graphic novel, Batman, sorry for that reflection.
Joker is dead.
Right? And I got 2 Star Trek history books. Not a bad haul for vacation, right? And that's not all of them. So we'll be back with another video segment where we look at some of the Civil War stuff that we got over, especially in Gettysburg. All right? Until next time, thank you, BookTube.